Recording in progress.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the City of Griffin Board of Commissioners call meeting, January 17, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order and welcome everybody here today. I'd like to approve the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Commissioner Tens with the motion, second by Commissioner Murray. All in favor of approval of the agenda, please signify by raise your hand. 7-0. First item is discussed a resolution to appoint the city attorney. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. O'Connor.
Okay.
You don't.
Good morning. So today we have with us Jim Elliott, who is a renowned legal municipal scholar, I will say. I had to reach out to GMA on Tuesday night and really a lot of discussions on Wednesday to figure out exactly where we were based on the vote that took place on Tuesday. And so Mr. Elliott has had a chance to look through the minutes from the meeting on Tuesday, as well as the minutes from last year, Mr. Whalen's contract, our charter, and the resolution. And so I would like for him to explain on behalf of the city sort of where we are at this point and what that means.
Thank you. Mr. Elliott, yes, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you for having me today.
Good morning.
Yes, Jessica did reach out to me. I guess that was Wednesday, Tuesday, in any event, and asked me to sort of look at what had transpired at your last commission meeting. And I just want to give you my analysis of it from looking at the charter and the records of the city that I've accessed since that time. I guess I'll say, first of all, I don't really know why that item was on the agenda because last year, January 9th of 2024, there was a motion to appoint Mr. Whalen as the city attorney and to extend to him a 2-year contract. And that would be perfectly within the law because that 2-year period, 2023 and 2024 and 2025, are a 2-year period that has the same administration. So you would have the authority among yourselves to enter into a binding agreement during that period. In any event, there was a vote taken at your meeting this week, and I looked at the city charter provision for the city attorney. I think the section is 3.5. You're familiar with it, I'm sure. I mean, everyone acknowledges the right of the commission rather, to hire a city attorney and as well as to terminate that's kind of incumbent in Georgia law as it relates to local governments. That specific provision of the charter provides for the appointment of a city attorney, then also provides that a city attorney's employment can be terminated, quote, based on 4 affirmative votes of the commission. And as I understand the vote from earlier this week was, the motion was to reappoint Mr. Whalen. Again, I don't think that was necessary because you had done that in last year for a 2-year period. Nevertheless, so as I understand the vote was 4 in favor of the reappointment, 4 against. In my opinion, those 4 negative votes were not 4 affirmative votes, which is what the charter calls for. That's kind of maybe sounds like splitting hairs, but I think that's what the law would interpret. That's my interpretation anyway, and that of a lot of my peers that have done similar kind of work. And so I think that's kind of where you are now.
I didn't quite understand what you said. 4 affirmative.
It was 3-4, not 4-4.
3-4. I thought I said 3-4. Yeah. So I think the motion was to reappoint. There were 3 votes in favor of that motion, Commissioner, and then there were 4 votes against.
Correct.
And the charter speaks in terms of removal of a city attorney taking 4, and it says affirmative votes. And so I don't think 4 votes against that motion for reappointment meets that standard. Now that's something that could be changed easily. I understand that. Everyone acknowledges that. But I do think that based on the language of your charter, which is binding upon everyone, I think that's where you stand today, is that you have not taken action to remove Mr. Whalen as a city attorney. So that's my interpretation as I relate it to Jessica.
I didn't quite. So you're saying that 4 affirmative votes does not qualify for?
I'm saying that 4 votes against that reappointment motion, I don't think was 4 affirmative votes. I think those were 4 against votes, not. So I think my interpretation of the charter would be there'd have to be a motion to remove the city attorney, and then 4 votes in favor of that motion.
Okay.
And I don't think that's what this was this time.
So how do we rectify that?
I mean, you know, again, you undoubtedly have the authority both under his contract and under the city charter to remove a city attorney with a motion to remove the city attorney, and then there'd be 4 voting in favor of that motion. I think so. I think it would take another vote is that's my interpretation.
Are there any other questions?
Yes,
sir, Mr. McCord.
And I hope I'm not out of order, and city manager will let me know. I would like at this time for us to go into a closed session to discuss employee or employment, whatever the proper term is. Appointments. And I think we have the ability to do that under our charter.
The personnel exception
That's
to the open.
that's the word I was looking for.
Yes, sir.
Appointment.
Okay. So is that a motion you'd like to have?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. McCord to go into executive session. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wright. All in favor, please signal by raise your hand. 6-0. Oh, 7-0, I'm sorry.
Recording in progress.
Thank you all for your patience. Do we have a motion to go back into regular session? Commissioner Tinsley, a motion, second by Commissioner Murray. All in favor, please signal by raise your hand.
Murray.
Commissioner Murray, thank you. Okay, pleasure of the board. We have a motion for the resolution to appoint the city manager, or city attorney.
So moved.
Have a motion by Commissioner Tinsley, second by Commissioner Murray. Any discussion or questions or any comments? All in favor of the resolution, please signal by raising your hand. All against, like, you're for? So, Ms. Curtis, you're for or against? For. Okay, so we got, and you're against, Mr. Wright? Is that correct? Okay. So we have a 5-2 with Commissioner Curtis and Commissioner Wright voting against. Thank you very much.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Mr. McCord with a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? Commissioner Murray, all in favor, please signal by raising your hand. 7-0.
Recording stopped.